just around here. I came for a business meeting. Just leaving.
Our work will be very simple. If you suspect your partner is cheating on you, just tell us about it. We give you a proof, you pay us.
We're going after the side chicks.
Yes.
Get the bad ones.
Yeah.
We're the good cops. Side chick. Yeah.
Hurry up.
Cheese. Condoms appear and disappear from his pocket.
It's not as if he means the nice things he says. And that's the problem. Why are you following me?
Oh, who are you? Where are you?
I'm starting to enjoy being with him. I just want you to find out if they've broken up.
Are you cheating on me?
No, never.
It will cost you 15,000.
What do you think they do there?
I think they find young girls for old men.
I need your service.
Oh, I'm sorry, we don't.
Don't work for men? I know. You have to save me. Any amount you want, I'll pay.
We will bring you down tonight.
Peter Sedufia is a household name when it comes to movie production here in Ghana. At least you've seen two award-winning movies from his stables. We've seen KTK and we've seen Side Chick Gang. Just recently, he collaborated with Kofi Asamoah, and together they did Away Bus, a movie that got a lot of people talking. Now, we want to look at what it means to collaborate with another movie person or producer to bring out a work. Is that the way to go? And there was a claim by popular Nigerian actress that movie industry seems not to be doing much because the movie stars themselves have refused to reinvest what they've made from this industry into the sector. Well, Peter Sedufia joins me on The Gist for a conversation. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So after the Morocco incident, we've not seen you or heard from you.
Which of the Moroccan incident?
Okay, so
the Fesbaco one?
Yes.
That's Burkina Faso.
It's Burkina Faso rather.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to go.
We're in Morocco for...
Oh, okay.
We're in Morocco, but that was a peaceful one. And Burkina Faso too was a peaceful one, but of course, it came with its own problems because it's more like it's a festival that is celebrated by nationals. You know, when an individual goes, he's going for the country, and so they expected government to have minded us more, but they didn't. So it became a whole lot of.
People say that you're part of the reason why Catherine Africo had been taken out of office.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so because they have their own reason. How did they appoint the ministers? To that position.
But because they felt that the noise you and your crew made about it, if it was that huge and you're going to represent Ghana, then of course you needed to have been considered, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a big deal, especially BBC picking it up. I think they did about 2 stories on that issue, and other media houses picking it up from all angles. And so it was so much noise. But as to whether it's contributed, it might be one of the many reasons. It's like, yeah, why so like it could be other things. So, but I cannot say fully with authority that.
That's the thing. Okay, and then after Side Chick Gang, then you had KTK before Side Chick Gang, and then you then did Away Bus with the movie that got a lot of people talking. I don't know how you people did it, but before we talk about Away Bus, when you rate your productions and the feedback you've got, do you think that it is the way to go? Because most of your productions are laced with humor, comedy. You think that's the way to go?
Yeah, I keep saying that I want to be that kind of filmmaker that inspire people, that give people hope after watching my film, that entertain people, make them happy. I don't want to add to the sorrow and the gloom of many people because the system is already pitiful and full of sadness and gloom and stress, and I don't want to be part of the stress. And so that's why I make films that are engaging, are audience sensitive. Like they need to watch it and go home feeling good about themselves or happy. And that's why I try to make films, no matter how tense it is, I bring some elements that give some relief in terms of maybe laughter or excitement. Yeah, so that's I think that's the way for me because this kind of films have universal appeal. I'll just put it. Yeah.
But with those two movies, you got a lot of feedback. Your stars picked up awards. I remember that Kitty picked an award at the AMVCAs in Nigeria. Side Chick Gang, even here in Ghana, with Golden Movie Awards, got some awards. Did you make money from all those productions?
Of course I do. Otherwise, I would have stopped making movies, and that's the other part of it. That as I make the film for you, the audience, to enjoy, laugh over, be excited about, I'm also thinking of, Charlie, I pumped money into this to make it happen. So how do I get it back? And so I attach the business aspect of it. So it's the business aspect of it that is getting me back my money, whether through the Ghanaian system or outside the Ghanaian system.
And that means that you're selling on the internet as well.
Yeah, I sell on the internet, like platform like VOD. That you go there and then subscribe on certain platforms to watch and then pay. And I've got my films on airlines. I've got my film screen on DSTV. I've got my film screen on Kwese International. So all those avenues bring in some money to just add up to what I've made from screening in Ghana.
And it looks like you've become a force to reckon with.
I'm flattered. I don't know. I always think I'm just doing my job as an entertainer. You know, over the past years, I've been making films without thinking of myself as the center of the whole project. I always see the project itself as the center of it. And so when I title my movie, when I promote my movie, when I package my movie, I make sure that it is well presented to market itself and to market across the globe. So those have been the focus, and not thinking about me. So if people start thinking about me, the creator of such content, as a force to reckon with, that is an honor, and I really thank them for seeing me as such.
You've picked up some awards for directing as well.
Yeah, I picked up a couple of awards for both my movies, my previous movies. KTK, I picked a number of awards for it. Side Chick Gang too, I picked up an award
as a director.
No, as a director, no. I just got nominated at the AMA Awards for Best Directing, and then, but I didn't pick it.
Never picked up anything. I'm asking because I talked about Weibas, and Kofi Asamoah also is another household name. He has done some productions, and for him to he called you to join his production, or the two of you decided to do it together. How did that happen?
Yeah, it's a mutual thing. I mean, Kofi Asamoah and I have been classmates from NAFTI, and so we've had situations where he played an assistant in my short film, and I've also, like, assistant director, and I've also played the role of an assistant director on some of his projects and things. So we have been used to such things, and then after school we all decided to go our ways to do our private thing. We got to a point where we felt, oh, Charlie, it would be good to just pull one together. And so it was a mutually discussed thing, and then we agreed and then started the planning. I think it took us a year to even prepare for this particular project. Wow. Yes. Wow. It took us a year. We wanted to shoot last year, but certain things were not ready, and so we decided to move it forward. That's how we shot this year.
Wow. I see. We never knew that it took a year.
Oh, it took a year of pre-production.
Pre-production, financially, or scripts? What did it take?
Yeah, scripts, securing location, and deciding which cast to be in it, and approving the script itself, and getting the finances ready. I mean, getting the finances ready was not as problematic as getting the script ready, because a lot of work had to go into the script.
Who wrote the script?
So it was written by 3 people.
Wow.
Yeah, Chumesi is a writer. Kofi Asamoah also added his voice. I also added my voice. Wow. And so it went through the hands of 3 people. So
whose idea was it? Weibas, whose idea was it?
Okay, well, the idea, the concept came from me, but of course it was inspired by Kofi Asamoah, because he wanted a film to shoot that was as simple as what we did. We didn't want to do day 1, day 2, and idea change, those kind of. He wanted to have a film that happens in a day or a night, and so we've been having discussion. One time I suggested, oh, can you do a film that is like highway robbery, gone this way, and so it's like, okay, this looks good, and so we started telling me, okay, then I'll have something like this, and then I'll say, yeah, then you have something to like this. So he started building, and then we said, okay, then let this guy write it. And I gave it to a writer who started the whole thing, and then he also came in to do his part, and then I also came in to do my part. And so basically, let me say that the idea came from me, but we all developed it together.
And it's a huge success.
Of course, it's huge, beyond. I mean, if you go to Survivor, probably they may say this is the most patronized or the most grossing Ghanaian movie so far in the history of Ghana, and we are happy that it happened. So,
what do you think did the magic? Is it the cast?
I mean, the most gross Ghanaian film, not because there are foreign films that I've done.
Okay. So what did you think did the magic? Was it that the endorsement from the fan and the cast prior to, you know, even the shooting of the movie? You think that's what did the magic?
I think a lot of factors went into it. Like you keep saying, anytime I did my personal films, I'm able to market it with the help of the cast and crew to get the appeal that it deserved, and people came to watch it. Kofi someone does marvelously when it comes to also pulling crowd to come and watch the movie. So you can just have the thought of, okay, these two people coming together to do a film, and Kofi someone has his style of making film. I also have my style, because we all cannot be the same directors, and so people were eager to see what the outcome of this collaboration was going to be from these two directors. And also the pool of actors we put together helped in marketing it, and the strategy we used also, because as filmmakers and promoters and business people, we were so concerned about, okay, this collaboration, how do we make the announcement so big? How do we make people not just think that it's just one of Peter's film or one of Kofi's film? You really need to make it be felt. And so we went through a lot of brainstorming sessions, and we came up with the fact that, okay, let's invite them to come and pick out the script, and let's make a big deal of news out of it. And it's worked.
And again, another thing that worked was, after you had done your casting, then there was rumor, and I need you to confirm what exactly happened, that some people declined to work on that project. We heard about Lydia Forson and Yvonne Okoro because you had casted Rosemond Brown.
I think that there were speculations, and then people pick it up, and then, you know, Ghana, sensationalism there, people will pick it up. The truth is that I've never spoken about it. People have called me to ask me, but I just didn't find it newsworthy. I wanted it to die by itself, but I think people are still making. The issue is that Rosemond Brown even came in after Lydia had left. You get my point? Lydia had left, and so even the role that Lydia was supposed to have played was what we later gave to Rosemond Brown in the film. And they didn't leave because they were angry with anyone or anything. It's just like adults having a conversation. Oh, Okoro says that, oh, we are supposed to shoot earlier than the date we shot, but certain cars were also not ready, and certain things were also not ready, so we had to move it forward. And I went to clash with Okoro's schedule, so she was asking for us to push it forward a bit so that it could favor her. And we also said no. With the time that we have on our hand, it will be difficult to push it further forward. And so she also opted that, okay, then she wants to be going and coming to the whole at some point. Maybe she spends 2 days with her and go and do whatever she has to do also. So we felt that was also going to hold us back. So we had adults conversation and said, okay, looks like if I do it this way, it's going to disadvantage, it's going to hold your shoot to a standstill. And then when you also do it, it's going to affect us. So we had very good, matured understanding. Said, okay, then if that's the case, and then both parties agreed that, okay, the two parties will not work. And similar issue with Forson also, she has some travel thing that the shoot clashed with, and things that have already been booked, like travel plans made, you cannot say because of the shoot, so you should. And so it's a matter of prioritization. So we came to that agreement, and then she also had to recuse herself with good explanation, and we all understood it and said, okay, we will work again, because Lydia has been working with me on my previous film. Rosemond Brown and Lydia Forson were inside Check Gang, and they played a role. And so I don't see why Lydia will say, because Rosemond Brown is in Away Bars, I'm not going to play. So I don't know where that rumor was coming from, but I just suspect that. I think 3 days ago, I was having this conversation with Lydia Forson. I was telling her I suspect that because she posted a script receipt on her video, Okoro was also at the press conference. People expected to see them in the film. And so when the behind the scenes pictures and videos are coming and they were not in, then the speculation started and people started creating sensations out of it, and it worked and people started reacting.
But don't you think that, haven't you heard Rosemond herself say that?
Yes, I spoke with Rosemond. And then I told her, I said, director, this is what I have heard. And I said, Rosemond, we all read it from the internet. But have you asked yourself why Lydia will not be in a film with you? You are in such a gang with her. That is not the case. And so this is the truth of the matter. So what, for them not being in the film has nothing to do with you at all. So please. Just, like, you know, Rosemond, like she would have continued, but she stopped after that single video that she posted and was casting some insinuation towards them, but she stopped after I spoke with her, so she never even touched on the issue again, because I had explained it to her that no, this is it. So okay, then it's not an issue, because you know she thought that it was a fact as the social media was carrying it, but when I explained to her that no, it has nothing to do with that at all. So it's just a social media and bloggers trying to create some sensationalism and then thrive on it. So she just ceased fire. So. It's never true. I talk to Lydia every day. Okoro called me later and said, "Oh, how did this go?" You know, like it's not a big issue. Lydia, Lydia, they even promoted the film when it was ready to be premiered. When Lydia Forson posted the film or a way back, go and watch. Like really, like I don't see why people are making. But of course, it's GH.
And you also added to your sales.
Yeah, I mean it was fun. At the point I didn't even see the need to go rebutting it, because if the people concerned do not see the need to address it, me Peter, why do I see the need to? At the end of the day, they'll say away bars is why they are fighting, and then away bars gets popular. But of course, it was not deliberate to just create any buzz, even though he started to.
But has that happened on your set before, when you've called a certain actor to come play a role and they ask you, who am I on the set with, and say, I'm not comfortable with this character, I'm not comfortable with that? Is it something that occurs?
It does happen, but people bring professionalism on board. I've got some actors calling me that, oh, this person is we are casting this person. Hey, Peter, you know that this person and we don't. But then the person still showed up to pick script and was ready to go on screen, acted in the film with the person as I speak with you. And so people have just learned to separate their private life from professional life. If you don't learn how to do, you go hungry. Yeah, you go hungry. And when I find out, or when any director or producer finds out that this is, trust me, every time you even call me and say, Peter, oh, your next project I want to be, I'll tell you, no, that this person in it. I don't know if you get my point. And so people have expressed such sentiment. They are free to do it, but professionally, it shouldn't affect your work. Yeah.
Do you think that with the likes of yourself, Kofi Asamoah, the few producers we have, we can make a difference?
Yes, we can make a difference. That is if we start supporting each other. We don't feel that Peter's movie should fail because I'm also making a movie, so his should not work, so that mine is the one that will excel. I think that sincerely there have been times when I started, I'm confessing, like there have been times that I started when I produced KTK, and then like a fellow was producing, I'm like, hey, is his number more than mine? His number in the cinema, is it more than mine? But after the whole KTK making noise and making the rounds, I mean, this is a convention I've made to you. And I realized that no, it's actually not worth it. I rather want to see other people also do well in the cinemas, make their money back so that the cycle continues. They make another film, so that it doesn't become like Peter is the only one making a film every time, and I'll get tired. If I always have to be producing movies I should be able to take a break for a year and say, this year I'm not making a film, but people are still going to the cinema. And there will not be any pressure on me. I can think creatively and make another film, which is going to be good. And so, I think that if there are more good filmmakers in the system, the industry is going to benefit from it, not just an individual. And we should always be positive. We should support each other. We should push people's film, because it's not yours, so you don't want to push it. Or this star says, this actress says, I'm not in the film, so I'm not going to push. And now Shoko did something in this Way Back movie, and I openly acknowledged it. she sent me a message and said, Peter, can you send me some of your publicity materials that I post for you? She's not in the film. And she started posting it. She posted it on her Instagram, posted it on Facebook, and I was like, wow. And I went openly to even, and trust me, that is the way for people to say, oh, I feel my main count now, present promoting. And those are some of the things that cripple the industry. And so the moment we start taking our mind from that mentality and promoting movies regardless of who is in it, it's when I make money that I'll be able to do another film, and then you might be the person that I'll call the next time. But if I don't make money, I won't make another film, and then you also will just be there.
Because I asked because just recently Uche Jumbo, who is in town, talked about the Ghanaian movie industry not being able to penetrate their market. There was a conversation on Joy FM, and she was asked how difficult it is why is it difficult for our movies to penetrate their markets, unlike theirs penetrating ours? And she says, we haven't been too busy. We have not produced the number or in the numbers that we used to in time past. And it's because most of our creatives are not willing to reinvest into the industry.
Well, I think that I disagree with it to some extent, and I agree with it to a very large extent also. Let me talk about the disagreement first, because the thing is, if she wants to compare the Nigeria films in the Ghanaian domain and then the Ghanaian films not being in Nigeria, the truth is, the population of Nigerians in Ghana alone is even more than some countries' whole population. You know that. Recently they said it's about 1.7 million or something. And so you ask yourself that those people would bring their films in, and the moment they start showing it, we also would love to watch it. They have the numbers even in our country, and so it's easy for their films to make waves here, because when a Nigerian is showing a film outdoor in front of the shop, Ghanaians will come and stand around and be watching it. But ask yourself, how many of these Ghanaians do you also have in the Nigerian territory to also be pushing such agenda? So our movies not being able to penetrate their market is also not because we are not making good movies or we are not investing in our movies. It's because some of their producers or their distributors, when you say, okay, I'm bringing my movie here, and they don't see their actors in the Nigerian actor, and they do not patronize it. Some distributor can openly tell you, do you have a Nigerian in it? You say no, then I'm not taking it. Do you get my point? For us, because Silverbird Cinema, let me just use that because that's a no cinema we have, has maybe a Nigerian head in it, and so they can just bring their film to Ghana, and then it will still show in Silverbird, because they will not even ask is a Ghanaian in it. No, they will not ask, but it will still show. And so this is where we need to also be moving towards that. Okay, the Ghanaians also need to start investing in cinemas in Nigeria to be showing Ghanaian films that are coming in, and vice versa. That's what is going to open up the industry. And the issue also.
But you already said that the people might not want to watch because they don't have their own cast in there.
You see, I mean, the story is the same. When you bring Nigerian film to Ghana here, the patronage is not as much as people going to watch Ghanaian movies. That you cannot take away, and then vice versa. But then it's a thing that when you have one of your own there, it's like when you go to Nigeria and you are lost and you find someone speaking Twi, you become relieved all of a sudden. That's how it's going to be. That they are there as Ghanaian entity or Ghanaian cinema, but they are showing Nigerian content. And when a Ghanaian content makes its way there, they should screen it. It is gradual. Even if 10 people come to watch it, we move from there. But because they are ruling that market, so it's no, I'm not taking it. Either this or that. Either Nigerian is in it or no. Because I've tried before, and the same thing that if there is no Nigerian in it, we are not taking it.
Okay, talk about the good side. You said you have
two sides. And then the one that I agree with her is that a lot of people with money have not come to understand that there is money in film. And so the willingness to invest in it is not there. They don't think they can make money from film. So you have a very good idea and there's no one to push money into it because they don't think they can make money from it. They would rather invest in some oil, some gold, or some other businesses rather than film. And so that is where we are getting to. Because for me, I understand what I can make from film, so I'll invest my next money into film. but have a new person that has no knowledge of film. It means that we need to start repackaging our films and presenting to those people as a business proposal, as a very viable business venture, for them to understand that, okay, this is possible. And if I come to you and tell you that my previous film has been able to recoup this, they were able to show in this festival, in this country, and this platforms and that line, so this is how much I made from each platform, and I'm asking you to contribute just 25% of how much that movie has made in total, you bring it, because you know that then I'll make that money, and even if you don't get anything, you'll get your principal investment. And so that is where you need to start looking at it from the business perspective, instead of just approaching someone and say, oh, because I'm a movie producer, so everybody should fall for me, because I'm going to feature Nana McBrown, and she's a star, so every money holder will bring their money. No, it doesn't work that way.
But then again, still, it's. Do you think that the actors and the actresses are reinvesting? Because basically, that's what she was trying to say. She says she herself and some other people. Has any actor approached and said, "Look, I have this amount. Let's do a movie."
I have an actress who has said that to me, not about two of them, and there's another one that said she would even personally help me to go look for funding for the film, even though she doesn't have the capacity to fund such a film. And so, but the thing is that, you see, it boils down to so many factors, that because we don't have the population for the movies, or we don't have the movie going population in Ghana, the returns we make are small as producers, and so the amount we invest in our films are also small, and so the amount we pay the actors are also small, so they don't make enough to even get to that point that they want to even reinvest into their film. The one they make is just enough to take care of them and probably buy them, rent them some house, or buy them some car to move around to the next location, or they're not enough to ignore their needs and then start investing. You get my point? If you had a very big market, so many cinemas, big population for movie going, movie appeal is just there, and people trooping, I will make a lot of money. So next time when I'm paying an actress, I pay a lot for them to be in the film, because I know I'm going to make so much money. So they're not like, oh Charlie, and I'll be a mission into then they also, so some of them, a lot of them are working on projects because they are passionate about it. They are passionate about the project and they believe in it. That's why they are working. And some of them are getting paid close to what they deserve. So those are the things. Once certain things start changing, people will not be willing to take that risk of investing their money. You can't earn 5,000 Ghana cedis per movie and invest 100,000 Ghana cedis in a movie. You get my point? But if you earn like 50,000 per movie and you do 2 movies, 3 movies, and make 150, you can afford to invest 100,000, knowing that you have 50 cedis to go, 50,000 to go to set, and even you get my point. So there are many factors that
contribute to that. But why haven't you featured the Nigerian though yet?
We're working on it. You know, the figures keep looking like
the figures of having them come on set.
Their rates and they maintaining them and those things. It's quite expensive, especially knowing that Ghanaians, you know, nowadays to Ghana we don't have money like Nigeria does have money. So bringing an artist down could be close to even your entire movie budget. You get my point. Especially when they are popular. Why would I even bring an unpopular actor from Nigeria to? You get my point. I'm bringing him because I want to go and sell in the Nigerian market. So I need to bring someone that appeals to them. That's the face. And so when they come handy, they are very expensive. And some of these things are the one that deter us from bringing them, is because the prices are outrageous and the demands are quite on.
Now, how much on an average?
I think the average person, they said, okay, one Joe crown, $25,000.
Whoa.
Yes, one Joe crown, 25,000. And then before you go and even start booking appointment, you have to pay for some things, and then the hotel, and like some VIP treatment and things like that.
And these are A-list?
Yeah, 25,000 is one J crown, and that's just for the pocket. And so the hotel bill, the feeding, and the PA is going to bring, and probably bring 2 people in addition to his team. You know how it works. And so all these things you look at it like, let me just do it.
Then $25,000 can pay like how many Ghanaians?
Oh, I'm saying, well, I don't know, 25,000. That's if you get actors that believe in your project, are passionate about it, and are willing to work on it, not purposely because of the money, then you are going to be paying about 4 to 5 or 6 Ghanaian actors.
Then they make
if you are what, you can even pay 10. That is if you are hiring stars that believe in the project. But if you don't hire stars that believe in the project, they believe in their talents and they are into work and go away, then you are going to be paying less than the number that I've mentioned, because they will charge you. And they will charge you. I mean, Ghanaian actors also do charge. They also are expensive because they work for what they give.
What's the average for a Ghanaian, for an A-list Ghanaian star? How much are you likely to pay them?
Is there an average? It depends. It depends because
the dependence the character they are playing, the face you're using, or
the dependence is based on how the person feels connected to the project. Yes, get my point. So because if I call Ajit Anand and he's taking me say 10,000
US dollars or Ghana cedis.
No, like Ghana cedis. I'm just saying that it doesn't mean that's how much it takes me. Like take me 10,000 Ghana cedis. Doesn't mean that when B calls Ajit Anand, he will take 10,000. He may say I'm taking 25,000 Ghana cedis or 30,000 Ghana cedis. It's probably because he has a relationship with me. He's done it with me before, or he's read my script and it's a film that he would love to be part of, because it's also going to improve his CV. It's going to enrich it because of the role he's playing, or it's challenging for him, and he thinks he's going to add something to some value to him. So he said, okay, Peter, you know what, 10,000 is not my take, but I'll take it. You get my point? So it all depends on how attached or how connected the actor feels he is or she is to the project.
I hear film is residual. They say for as long as you live, you keep making money from your project. So there's never a lose game when it comes to movies. You keep making money by the day. So the loser maybe in the project is those who just took their money and walked off. Maybe the actors, the crew. But you as the owner of the project, you're always making money.
Of course, you'll be making money. Like Keteke, I released in 2017. But as I speak to you, I still get some money off it. Then someone will come, say they want to show it in their cinema in this country, and the 500 euros or the $600 or so. Like those things keep coming. But the truth is that sometimes when people see the audience at the cinema, like, hey, this director is making money, then they suddenly forget that he invested a lot of money into the film. He's paid a camera crew, he's paid editors, he's paid for scripts to be written, he's paid actors, he's paid for equipment, he's paid for even the venue that the premiere is happening. They forget all those things. And so there's some of the actors that have been producers before, they are the ones that understand it the most. Those are the ones that understand it the most, because they understand that I need to recoup my money, make some extra one to even make another film that I'll call them for. And so people are afraid to think that, oh, we just leave the actors and we are making money. No. It takes so long. See, while they make like 10,000 on that movie and go away, and spend 10 days on set and go away, we can spend 3 years recouping our money. You get my point? That is if you are not lucky. If you are lucky, you can spend a year and make your money back and use it, or even less than a year or 6 months or something. And so
it depends on the project. So for a lot of people, after the massive turnout you saw with Away Bars, they've kind of wondered whether that's the way to go. Is it collaborations that will save the movie industry? You think that that's what we need to do now?
If I'm to answer that question on the spot, I would say yes, collaborations are certainly a very good way forward for the Ghanaian film industry. We witnessed the Hollywood movie, production houses collaborate, and we enjoyed their films and we are happy that they collaborated. So why can't you do the same? I mean, collaborating with Kofi Asama, that's Old Film Productions, and Covers Media collaboration has been a very positive one. It has had a very positive effect on me, and I'm sure same as himself. Has brought a lot of relief in terms of the finances that we contributed onto the project, in terms of the logistics that we are bringing, in terms of human resources, in terms of creativity, promotion. Like, it's all, and trust me, it's been like that, and then you saw the result. It's the massive turnout was just the evidence, and then the production quality was also the evidence. Probably the red I used, if I were doing it alone, if I were doing it alone, I wouldn't have rented because it was very expensive. But because we joined resources, we were able to rent it and use. And then the crew we hired, probably I wouldn't have paid for all those people, but because we joined forces, we paid for them to be on set, and then the result was evident. And so collaborations are settling their way for we should just kill that mentality of trying to claim sole ownership to projects, rather than saying that, okay, instead of this is my project, we can say this is our project. I mean, there should be time you will do personal projects, but collaborations are also certainly in order if you want.
And so you have, is it documented? Because most of the time people are afraid that they don't get their money because they don't know who is taking what percentage. So are things like this, do you document it, or you just say, oh, he's my friend, I can trust him? Everything
that happened between Govas and myself were properly documented. And everyone had a role. It was all spelled out in the contract that this is the extent of my role, this is where my role gets to, this way. So everybody has their area they were. Who has a final say when it comes to this issue? Who has a final say when it comes to this other one? So we all had a very consensual agreement, and we played by ear. And trust me, we never ever had a single disagreement on anything from the beginning till now. You think there are people ready to collaborate? That is up to them. I think that I have done it and it's worked for me. It's something that I'm going to be working on still, and it's a lot of trust. It's a lot of putting aside your ego, besting your ego, and saying that I know it and this is the way for it. I think that we have to make certain straight decisions and say, Peter, you know what, hold yourself. Let Kofi take this decision. Kofi also have to do this, and Peter, Kofi, hold yourself. Let Peter take this decision. I think that's what we've done, and it's really helped us. People should be ready to do that. If they are not and they want to be having their say all the time, when also instead of allowing their other colleagues also have a say at some point, there's always going to be, I want to have my way, and then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah. But you say you're going to do it again with same Kofas, or you're looking to reaching out? No, I may be willing to look at other people or even him, Kofas again. I mean, it has not been collaborations with him. The collaboration with him has not been disappointing, so I don't see why I wouldn't want to do with him again. But I would also be willing to maybe add a third person so that we become 3 people or 4 people. It needs to keep improving. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that other producers are ready, like you're saying, to willing to burst their ego and then work with you. But congratulations to you so on the project, and then congratulations to you on your marriage as well. Thank you so much. I'm sure marriage life is treating you well. Of course. How do you handle things when people say that, oh, and I've said that to you before, that you look unassuming, you don't look like, you know, someone who can do a lot of creative stuff that you do. How do you respond to that? I'm excited when they say that, because like I said, I don't like doing things that will call attention to myself, but I wanted to call attention to my project, what I'm doing. Go and watch the thing, love it, then ask yourself who did it. Then later, I remember sometimes when I was called for a program, I could talk, you know what, people will not be saying anything, and then I say, you know, when I did my first film, they say, and then now they start listening with rapt attention. I was like, but it's all good. And I love it that way, that I just don't want to come across as bearing, and like I just want to be in my own corner, mind my own business, and do what I do. So you're not the one of those who say, I'm going to change my looks, I'm going to work. No, I don't really. I want to change the looks of my projects. I want to add certain looks to my project. I want to make my projects unique, make them call attention to themselves, but not me. I'm just minding my own business and doing my thing. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
We need some cash deposit before we can get started.
In this life, there are pillars and there are caterpillars. The pillars are there for support, but the caterpillars destroy. They destroy! What do people say? I'm the spiritual intercontinental bulldozer. I go everywhere.
We need to raise the sum of 20,000 Ghana cedis.
If I had that money, I'll be chilling in Vegas with Jay-Z and Beyonce dancing, ganging and banging.
You're going to get money for the treatment.
My daughters don't have money.
You're robbing the bus. There are 4 rules. 1, keep to the plan. Stay focused. Down. 2, speed is key. There is no time to check time. 3, however slow you run, you never get caught. 4. Well, I don't remember the 4th rule. But I'm sure with these 3 rules, we are ready to go.
This is a robbery!
Can anyone around tell me whose birthday party it is that you are having in my hideout?
Your hands up!
Madam, shut the heck up!
What did he do to her?
Now face down! Face down!
Hey, my friend, don't make attempt! Don't make attempt!
Next.
Emma Bunfu, don't angry with me. You understand me?
A chip of it.
Iti bema bi enyo beso nyegene knife no agye fi nkwasi afo we nsem ana.
Mami daka. Bema wa na nyaminti. Minya honne.
Something must kill a man.
What's up? So
no, but what did you do again?
I don't know, man.
What did you send him a message that got him angry?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But what could be the problem? Does it more to it than what we see? Is there something?
Well, I have said my bit. You know, if you want me to hammer on it again, I can. That he got greedy, he was doing things without our knowledge. And it wasn't fair on my part. So that's why I came out to talk about it. If he thinks, or anybody thinks that what I'm saying is not right, he's out there, they should find him and ask him. If he has something to say, I'm sure by now he would have said something.
You think it's spiritual?
Well, I just see surface and within the flesh, so I don't know if something is spiritual. If it's physical, maybe I'll be able to tell, but spiritual, yeah.
Not be able to tell. But do you think that Ghanaians would accept the fact that once again you guys are no more?
Well, I think that change is hard for everybody, but that's the only thing that's constant, change. So eventually they would get used to it.
Are you ever going to go back?
Well, I'm not a person who would say never, but as it stands now, I'm doing something profitable with my life and my career, and I'm enjoying it, and I like to concentrate on it for now.
For now is still how long?
Well, I can't tell.
So even 2 years after now he comes and you still will go back, because you never say never.
When we get there, we will cross the hurdle.
But can't you just move on without this young man?
Well, I'm moving on, I'm doing things. As you can see, that's the reason why I'm here. I've dropped 2 singles, Nami and If I Get, with beautiful videos, and that's what I'm enjoying and I'm doing. If you didn't ask, I would never have spoken about it. I would have just...
So make a stance then and say, look, I'm tired of back and forth. I want to be on my own. I think I'm enough as a musician on my own. I don't, if it's a feature, yes, fine, but this group thing, maybe it's not just our thing.
Well, like I said some time ago, we're still signed under NKZ. We have a 3-year valid contract. So it might only be right for me to wait till the contract is over before I'll be able to make any definite stance.
When is this contract over?
2020.
Oh, that's next year.
Yeah.
No, okay, so you have some time. So let's do a bit of If I Get.
If I get the money, I go buy jewel for my lover. If I get the money, we go take a trip to Vancouver. All the bill, all the rent, I go cover. If I get you, if I get you, if I get the money, go pass Michi and Shatta. Like president, like Michelle and Obama. I go love you and the whole world go discover. Say, if I get you, if I get you, if I get you, if I get you, hey, I go put my head for you on a platter. Hey, if I get you.
It seems to be a nice one. If I get. But the last thing before I ask you, aren't you disappointed in the way NKZ is also handling issues?
Well, I believe in patience and taking time to handle things sometimes. Plus, we all handle things differently. So let's just trust the process and wait for what.
When you say the process, like they're doing something, they haven't done anything about it, or they've done something we don't know.
Well, I can't tell. You can't tell.
But what have they told you?
Well, they have not said anything that I can say at the moment.
You have just not asked them. You cannot be bothered. That's the thing.
Because I am busy promoting. If I get the money, I go buy jewel for my lover.
All the best to you. All the best. All the best.
If I got the money, you go buy